Hi, Donna. Hello, Sue. Good evening. Now I just got to put this bunch together here. I'm a mess. Oh, and we're sideways. So sorry. It keeps happening. All right. While we wait for everyone to join, hello, Debbie. I am going to just get everything ready here. I literally just threw all this on my desk quickly, and then I had to set up the Facebook post with the link to the live. So, all right. Let's see. Yeah. We should have plenty of light, that's for sure. Let me find my focal point here. Where is my... Oh, where did it go? Huh. Where did it go? Somewhere on this messy desk is my placeholder. Oh, here it is. It's not on the desk. Okay. This is going to be my focus point here. Trying to get it right in the middle. Hey, happy Friday, Jessica. Hello, Allie. Hi, Missy. Hey, Stephanie. The party is almost ready. Hi, Julie. Hi, Roseanne. Good evening, Amanda. Hi, Bethany. All right. I guess since we're sideways, this is like more in my middle, which usually it's not, but that's fine. Totally fine with me. I don't know how much room we're going to have to put the swatches after we swatch them, but I might have to just bring them back at the end. All right, one last thing. I just need a little bit of cuticle oil because my fingers are a little crusty. I just washed them, and you know how that goes. So I will soften them a little bit. All right. Hey, Brandy. Uh-oh. Most of the live you're going to be driving. I hope that you're driving somewhere fun. You'll be listening. Okay. Hi, Tammy. Hey. I'm assuming you're Shell. Yes, I do create my own products. I'm not creating them today. We're swatching today. But I did create all of these dip powders, yes. Welcome in. All right, I've got my hot and cold water here for our thermals. I'm not going to swatch those because we did that last weekend, but I do have some thermals to swatch. But I will be showing those, the thermal winter solstice collection with the hot and the cold water so that you can see them if you did miss the live last week or you didn't get a chance to catch it. I have my coffee here, so you're gonna hear me slurping that. My stay awake juice. Hi, Janet. All right, so I'm assuming that the text went out for everyone who gets it because we are now at 6:33. And there are a bunch of you here. So welcome in. I am excited. Hi, Denise. I'm excited for this swatching party because we have a lot of colors and I love swatching. So I love swatching when I don't have to swatch. Let's put it that way. For purposes of swatching tonight, I am going to use my dip base. I'm going to spray activator off camera into my garbage can here so I don't get this all messy. Oops. And I'm going to cover each of these with a matte top coat because we have glossy big swatches. So we're going to do matte top coat for all these because I think that they look great matte also, and I think you need to see that. So, oh, you're welcome. Amanda, were you the one that asked for the opal, the white opal? I could not remember. Hi, Kelsey. But it's the best white opal I've made yet. It's perfect. We had one last year. It was called Opal Ice, but comparing it, and I'll show you later, with the Milky Opal, it's like off-white. So if you have Opal Ice, this is totally not like that. You're gonna love this. It was you. Okay. Well, thank you. Oh, yeah, Donna, you do. And you can use the spray activator with any of the liquids. Activator is very interchangeable. So as long as you have an activator when you're using dip liquids, you can use any activator. So you can interchange. All right. Well, let's start by showing these Winter Solstice Collection swatches with the thermals. For anybody who wasn't here last week, who hasn't really seen them, my swatch sticks are all kind of greasy, but just from sitting around. But we're going to show these, and then as we go through the opals for the Winter Solstice Collection, I will put these in cold, and actually I should just do it in cold. Wait, let me think. Cold form? No, hot form. I'll just do it in the hot form when we go through these because they will match or pair with, maybe not perfectly matched because there are opal flakes in the opals, so that's going to change the coloring just a tad. So they may not be exactly the same color, but they are the exact color from the thermal collection. All right, so we have got chilled. I always do the hot towards the skin, so it'll be towards the stick area. Hot is this beautiful pink, and then the cold version is like this raspberry-ish deep red. That's chilled. I think I will be able to put them here. Mid-season. This is the one I'm wearing on my right hand. It's the peach to a taupe-ish, brownish, taupe-ish. That's mid-season. And these are very, very sensitive. Axial tilt. This is the green to black. It's so good. It's so deep. I think you can see the green to black. I'll try to maybe put my hand underneath. It'd be a little bit easier to see. 20 minutes from here talking. Oh no! Allie, what the heck? Stupid post office. Is it the post office or is it UPS? Because I really can't say stupid post office all the time. Sometimes I send things UPS. Frigid cold, that's that pretty nude to a grayish taupe. That's the best I can describe that. And all of these were have black thermal pigment in them, but your thermal pigment is going to make whatever color you're adding to it change that thermal pigment sometimes because you're mixing two colors. So even though I started with black, like black with purple is going to be more like a very, very deep purpley, and it does get deeper than that. This is under a bright light, so if you're just in the house and your nails are cold, it's going to be darker black. You're not going to notice any kind of purplish tinge to that. But if you're out in a bright light or if you're under a ring light like this, you might see that it's a little bit more purplish black. But unfortunately, that's what happens when you mix colors. You never know. This one, midwinter. In some of these, most of these, well, they're not triple changers. However, when your cold mixes with your hot and it gets kind of warm, you're in a mid color change. So you're going to see the mid form. So you may see bright blue when it's hot. When it's cold, you're going to see this blue-black. But in the middle, you're going to see a deeper blue. So that's our thermal summer, gosh, I'm thinking summer, winter solstice collection. The thermals that we released 2 sub-members last weekend. And this weekend, the release is for everybody. So everybody can take part in these. They are limited. All of these are limited. I made 1 batch of everything. Now, I think there's still plenty of colors left for everybody. I just want you to know that it's not like if you don't shop in the first minute, you're not going to get one. I would just shop tomorrow if you're able to. That way you don't miss out. I never, ever know how many people are coming to shop. So I can't say for sure, yes, there are going to definitely be enough. And if I could make more, then I could say that. But they're not going to be remade. So, and especially these opals. I don't have any more opal left. So what I used for these is it. So with that being said, and yes, the freebie. I am also going to be giving away the same freebie I did last weekend with orders this weekend. It is a pretty thermal. I'm not going to show it because it's a surprise. I don't think anybody has even showed it in the group yet, which is kind of good. So it's a surprise. You'll see. It's a really, really cool. You wanted to see the freebie? Ah, I'm sorry. So I missed it. Did you say it was post office? Hi, Melissa. Post office, yeah. It figures. The freebie, it's, I don't think it's called anything. Let me see. Mystery freebie dip. That's what it's called. It's a mystery. All right, so let's start. I'll leave these here because I'm going to be pulling them as I do these colors. These are the opals. We're going to start with Coolish. No, we're not going to start with, well, yeah, I guess we are. We're going to start with Coolish. Coolish is the peach. It is what I am wearing on my fingers, except for that one and that one. First, I'm going to show you the powder. You can see those beautiful colors in there. I don't know if they're coming over as great as I would want them to, but I love Leanne. All right. I am putting the base on over here. I don't want to dump my jar. All right, first dip. Look at that. I love when you dip an opal, just the colors that shoot out. Like you could see it in the jar, but when you actually put it on your finger or on a swatch stick, that's when you see all the beauty. And this is that lovely peach. This is not a peach that I've ever used. I actually used a peach powder that I have. Usually I mix my peaches with different pigments, but this was already mixed as peach. So it is not like any of the peaches. Now, it might be close just because it ended up being that I mixed some colors that look close to this, but it's not the same powder. And actually, Katie Spicer did a mani. I don't know if she posted it yet. I don't remember if I saw it. And she used this with a couple of, or at least one of the coral colored sub bag from, gosh, was it 2024? And the colors were very, very close in shade. So, of course, way back then I didn't have this powder. I'm sorry, Tammy. The peaches song. Oh my gosh. I'm going to have that in my head now too. All right, let me move this. Coolish is going to go over here. You know what? I'm going to move these out of the way as we do them. That way I don't get confused. I'm going to spray activator this. Bring it back over here. And as soon as that's dry, we're going to do our, I'm just going to take a shortcut. I'm not going to do a gel base first. These are just swatches. They're going to go in the trash. I'm only going to do a HEMA-free top coat, matte top coat over this and put it in the lamp. Just so we can compare. It's still tacky, so let's wait another second and I'll have time to read some comments. This is, what is the name? This one is Coolish. This is the peach. Right? Yeah, I think so. Coolish. Yeah. I had to do a double take because if you didn't have a pink near you, this would look pink, but it's not. And you'll see. Definitely not pink. Yeah. You know what? When I did these today, the opal, the Milky opal, I almost left it matte because it looks so pretty matte. I love how the colors shoot out from underneath a matte top coat with these. So definitely consider doing a matte top coat when you do these because they are really pretty. All right, so Coolish goes with mid-season. Hang on. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. All right, getting that ready so you can see the color. I'm only gonna quickly cure these 30 seconds, even though it's a 60-second cure. Okay, here it is. Look at that matte finish. And here is mid-season, which goes with it. Now, you're gonna see a difference in color too because you don't have a shiny top coat. But here is Coolish with a shiny top coat. It looks more even with the coloring on mid-season. But doesn't that look icy? It looks so pretty, like colorful ice crystals. I really, really love that. Is it really going to be in the 40s next week, Robin? Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is already starting to change. So when it's cold, it's going to change. And I didn't think it was cold down here, but apparently it is a little bit colder than I thought. Look at my finger too. I'm cold at the tips and I'm warm at the skin. All right, so I'm going to put Coolish over here at the end just because we've done it. Mid-season, I'm going to stick next to it. And we're going to get really full over here, but that's okay. And this one I'm just going to put over to the side. At the end, I will show all of these again. They just aren't going to fit in my area, unfortunately. All right, next. Almost to 49 one day. Ooh, I'm excited. All right, let's do Earthly next. Earthly goes with Midwinter. It's the blue, and it's very earthly, meaning blue, like the water on the earth. And when I made this color, I immediately thought of the earth. So, swatch this one. Did you see that? How it just melted on that swatch stick? That is so cool. And the colors in there. Now remember, all of these flakes are the exact same flakes in every color. They're going to show up just a little bit differently depending on what the base color is, which is a lot of fun. I don't usually do that. Normally I will do different flakes, but this one was different. I've done that on a couple of the shimmer collections we've had, like the Luminous collection. They were all the same shimmer. And I love how the different base just picks up the different colors in those shimmers and in the flakes. You hit 70? Oh, Sue. Oh my gosh. 80? Wait, you hit 80 today, Sue? Oh my gosh. Sue, I'm coming over to your house. I'm tired of this cold. I actually went out today, had to go to the post office and grocery shop, and it was 36 out. which to me, that's a heat wave, because when you're like battling 6 degrees and you're 30 degrees warmer, do you know while I was walking into the store, I was freezing cold? There was no sun out, but 36 felt like 6. It doesn't make any sense. 80, oh my gosh, yes. The temperature gods, come on, temperature gods. All right, that was our second tip. Look at how pretty that is. It's deep. I'm gonna go ahead and spray activator this. I need to cover this one up because I don't want it sliding off. It's activated. And look at all those pretty colors and shifts. Because these are Aurora opals, they're gonna have that Aurora type look to them, with the color just radiating through and making it look all Aurora-like, like the auroras outside when you see those. All right, I blowed it dry a little bit. Blowed it dry? I blew it dry. It's Friday and it's nighttime, and Tracy gets giddy sometimes. All right, putting it in the lamp. Midwinter. Let me make this one hot so when it comes out, I can show you how alike it is with earthy. All right, earthy, midwinter, and then we have matte. Oh my gosh, guys, if you do not do matte, you are going to be kicking yourself. You look at this, how beautiful that is. That is so pretty. That's great. I love that. Now it makes me want to take off my top coat for this one. Wow. All right, so I'm going to put this one over here, and I'm going to put these over here. Oh my gosh. Okay, Snowberry is next. Snowberry is the pink, so it goes with chilled. This one is also a glow. It will not state that on the lid, but it is. I will not be able to glow it for you because I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lights on down here. So you'll have to take my word for it. It glows white, but because the powder is pink, it picks up a little bit of a pink hue. And when the thermal changes, it looks greenish, I think, at the tips, which is really strange. When it's cold, yes, when it's cold, it looks like a different tint of a glow, but it is a white glow. There's our first dip. I forgot to show you guys the jar. It's so much better on the stick because when it gets wet is when you can see all that color. So I'm just gonna worry about the stick, the swatch. Hi. Welcome in. It's okay if you're late. We're gonna show everything all at the end anyway. So not a big deal. The important thing is that you're here, right? All right. And if you're here, make sure you comment that you're here so that you can be entered into the giveaway for tonight. Is Karen here? Karen won last week's giveaway, which was a set of these, a sample set of the winter solstice opals. I'm just wondering if she got them yet. All right, I'm gonna move this out of the way. Definitely don't want to spill. See, I spilled some. I did. All right, let me spray it over here. that you just don't get the same effect if you don't put the matte top coat and you just leave it activated. It just doesn't look the same. Close but no cigar, you know? All right, popping that in the lamp. And then this is Snowberry, which goes with chilled. So let me get, where's Snowberry? Oh, there it is. I was gonna say, I saw it here. All right, I'm gonna put chilled in the hot water. Here's the official Snowberry swatch. And here is chilled. It's that beautiful, beautiful like bubblegum pink. Isn't that pretty? Just love the look of those flakes in there. All right, you want to eat it? Here it is with the matte top coat. Oh my gosh. And then remember, it glows. That's so pretty. It looks like a muted stained glass, doesn't it? It's so pretty. All right, I don't know about eating them, but I get it. I get it. I really do. All right, I'm gonna put these here. And next we're gonna do Snowbird, which is the nude, and that goes with Frigid Cold. So let's pull that out of the way. So this is the one that's hard to photograph. You see how light this is? My photographs do not look light. When I photograph them, I photograph those swatches under this ring light, out of the ring light, under an incandescent light, and every time I went to photograph, they turned out dark. So this is not a dark nude. It is at one stage, maybe, not this one per se, but Frigid Cold, but this is a nice light nude. So if you saw dark and you kind of went, oh, I don't know about that, it's not. It really isn't. And look at how pretty the colors shoot out of that nude color. They're all one of my favorites, to be honest. I cannot choose a favorite. I love them all. But just, you know, when you see this and you're swatching, you're like, oh, wow, I really love that a lot. But then you say that for all of them. This is the one, huh? I know, it really is cool. All right, let me do another coat here. No, I am not cleaning my brush off. We had that discussion yesterday morning. I am off camera here on this paper towel, just because I thought of it, but I've only done that twice. All right, it does get a tad darker because, you know, as you dip, your colors will get a little bit darker, and that, you know, from the liquid and everything too, but still, it is not a super dark color. It is not at all. Here's the lid so you can see. It's light. All right, I'm gonna put this away and spray. Okay, while that's drying, let's check out Frigid Cold with Snowbird. See, look at Frigid Cold just sitting here. It's darker than this. This is that middle color I was telling you about. So this is cold, coldish. This is getting cold, but not totally cold. And then hot. This is hot. And I wore these. I used this yesterday in yesterday's live. I already took them off because I wanted to try this color. But yeah, look at how pretty. Oops. And we're gonna matte top coat this one now, so we can see this one in the matte finish. Drawing a blank, do we have a black base with opal? Yes, we have black fire opal. It's got some foils and opal flakes in it. I'm trying to think if we've had any others. We had an entire collection at Halloween with black opals. We had the, oh goodness, the Tombstone collection with Decompose, Hellenbach. They all had opal flakes in it, and it was an entirely black collection, so they're all black. We still have a lot of those in stock, so if you need to see them, look at the website. There's still quite a few in there, so. All right, there it is, matte. Look at how pretty. Subtle and pretty. I really like that. Your hands are forever cold? Aww. Well, if you're forever cold, then you're going to be dark. You're going to have the dark color on these. What about in the summer? Are you always cold in the summer too? Even in the house with the heat on? When the heat on. Oh goodness. I really can talk. Yin and Yang, that was, okay, so Yang, I think was the black one, but that was not opals. That was Aurora holographic flakes, not opals. They were the holographic ones. A little bit different. Those, I don't even know if you can get those anymore, but now the new thing is opals. All right, Transorbital. This is the green. Wow, I love this green. All right. I wore this one too. So I wore all of them except the pink and the purple. So I did wear 4 of them so far. Whoa, look at that. Excuse me if you heard that. I took a sip of coffee a little bit ago and it made me burp. Too much air. You're in the house, huh? I know, waiting is hard to do. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be like the Jeopardy theme song. Waiting for 12 o'clock. Because no matter what I do, and normally like on Saturdays, I usually run errands, do things. And so what I do is I wait until noon if there's a release to make sure everything is loading and there are no questions, everybody's good, and then I go and do my errands. And tomorrow's no exception. I have to go return something I bought for Adeline and meet my daughter and her boyfriend for lunch, and just a fun kind of lazy Saturday. And then Sunday I usually work. So I usually come in. I come down because it's in my house now, and I start doing orders so that I'm able to get them all out on Monday. So look at how pretty. Transorbital. This is the prettiest green. It really, really is. With these flakes, it just stands out. All right, I'm going to put this in the lamp and then we're going to show the officials because I was talking. All right, so Transorbital official swatch. Oh my gosh. I mean the colors, purple, blue, orange, green. And there's more in there. It's like that fire orange. Oh, it's just amazing. These dark ones really show them really well. All right, so that goes with axial tilt. Here it is just sitting on my desk. I'm gonna make it hot so you can see. Yeah, I'm not a real big green person either, but this is really good. Look at that. I really love this one. Just together, it's so pretty. And matte, oh my gosh. So it comes out a little lighter, but look at that, still beautiful. It's like that stained glass look again. Just a little peep of green behind everything. I'll tell you though, when the flakes are covered in a matte top coat, they don't shine like they do. Obviously, it's a shiny top coat, but so it gives it that different look. It just looks like pieces just tossed in there, whereas this looks like they're floating in satin. Not satin, that would be satin. Floating in like the water, you know, underneath water. So pretty. All right, I'm gonna put these here. And the last one of the winter solstice is going to be the purple. Look at that, I saved the purple for last. Winterberry and Frosty Blooms. Winterberry is the opal. These are really filled, guys. This is why I'm laying the stick on top instead of dipping in, because they would be all over the place. And the only reason they're this full is because when I filled the jars this week, if there wasn't enough to make another jar, I just brought it over here and dumped it into my jar, and that's how they got so full. All right, Winterberry. And now these blue flakes look periwinkle. Yeah, it's like a sea glass. You're right. You're right, Stephanie, a similar dark green. There's Pining Over You, but I don't think it's as dark. Maybe close. I'm trying to think. It might be really close because, no, I didn't use that. I used a different green. So it might be similar. You know what? I should have that swatch stick, Pining Over You. I can run and get it real quick while this is in the lamp. It's just in the next room. It will compare. Those I do have out, like all the in-stock colors, all the swatches are in order alphabetically, so I can grab that really quick. I did get my stuff together. I got it together finally. All right. I just sprayed that. Let that sit for a second. Winterberry. So we'll have like a little intermission here. All right, here's Frosty Blooms. Just sitting on my desk. I went like this. See how sensitive that is? I just put my thumb across it. All right. There's the official swatches. In hot for Frosty Blooms. And then this one, we're going to put this in the lamp, and as it's curing, I'm going to run right next door here. So hang on a second, a little bit of an intermission. Wow, it is dark. Let's see if it looks the same though. Okay, so Pining Over You is more of a green. Very close though. Hang on. Close. Piney is going to be really close, and I can tell you, this is a totally different green. See how that works? This is more of an emerald green. This is more of a pine green. So yeah, Pining Over You, if you don't want to use it with a thermal, would go well. It's not going to go perfect, but it'll go well. All right, you ready for the reveal? There's the reveal. Again, icy looking. Icy. I love that. Yeah, pining is more, right, more of a forest, and this was more of an emerald. Right, that's exactly it. You're right, Brandy. Brandy, how are you typing and driving? Brandy, are you being naughty? All right, guys, we're going to do the last opal. Milky opal, the newest one. Insurance policy on your tip collection. Oh my gosh. All right, Milky opal. Wow. All right, so this one I have to show you like this, and I'm going to turn it around and around, and you can see in different, when I do this, all the different colors. Like you might see like blue and yellow, but then you go like this and you see all the other colors. Same exact flakes as in the rest. This was the rest of the flakes. So I'm out of those two flakes now. And I didn't do this, but you can try. This is milky, it's not clear. So you can try to put like a black. Should we do it? Should I do a black underneath and do a dip and see what it looks like? We could, because these flakes are going to be different than, I mean, some of them might be in the Tombstone collection, but for the most part, they're probably, it's not going to look the same as any of those. Not the same exact, because I did use two different ones for this. All right, we're going to do that. Similar to the white one from the Anniversary collection. Anniversary collection from this last year? No. If you're, I think, was that Sparkle in Your Eye? Was that the one, or am I thinking the wrong collection? Is that the right one? These years are just going by too fast. I don't remember what I did this last year. If that's what you're talking about, those were not opal flakes. Those were those mylar, actually, chameleon glitter flakes, I think. Pretty sure. So those were not these types of flakes. I'm gonna leave that open because I am gonna do the black underneath. I'm gonna just do, should I do a gel? No, I have jet black over here. Where is my jet black? I can do a jet black real quick. It's one coverage, one coat coverage. Roseanne, I know. Tell me about it. I can't remember anything either. Barely there? Oh, yeah. That would be pretty, too. All right. What do I get on this brush? I got opals on my brush. All right. I'm just going to do one dip of jet black. I'm over here in the corner. I know you guys don't see it, but there's the jet black. And then cover that up so I don't get it all over. And then this needs to be sprayed. Oop, I only sprayed half of it. Okay, so here it is, matte, just with spray, not matte yet. I just put the activator spray on. Here it is with the top coat. Just like my nails here, so pretty. And I'm going to compare it. If you guys have opal ice, here's the comparison. See how opal ice is like an off-white? I guess I did that on purpose. And then milky opal is a milky white. So you can see the layers of the opal flakes in there. If I just did a standard white, you'd really only see the top layer. And I didn't want that. I wanted you to be able to see the layers of color. So that's why I did it in a milky. I thought that was important. All right, now I'm going to put on our matte top coat, and then I'm going to prepare, we're going to do, oh, I don't want to dip this in. Hold on. Let me wipe this off, at least with the brush, because I don't want to get black inside of this jar. Oh, it wasn't dry yet. It flew out of my hand. Oh my gosh. All right, now it's got glitter on it. Well, good thing I'm not trying to make this a solid or anything. All right, I have a little bit of glitter on it. Jeez, my floor is glitter. All right, if I do this, it should be okay. Yeah, it's okay. All right, so remember, milky, it's not clear. So we're gonna see how it looks. We're just gonna do one dip. I'm gonna spray it. Blow it. I don't know if I really like it. Hang on. Should we just do a regular top coat instead of a matte? Let's do a regular top coat. Yeah, I don't think I like it. I'll put it in the lamp. You guys can decide in a second. Okay, here it is. Oh my goodness. Here it is matte. Oh my goodness. That is so pretty. Oh wow. That is so pretty. It's just subtle with those colors just shooting. Yeah, I love that. I really love that. And here it is compared to a shiny top coat. I mean, the colors in this is just amazing. But this is so different. I like that a lot. All right, I'm gonna put this here, put this over here. And then here it is with the black under it. I'm not a big fan because it muted into like, I don't even know if you would call that a gray, to be honest. I mean, I don't know. Because of the milky, you know, the white in there, it just doesn't, I mean, it's pretty. The colors are pretty. Up close, looking at it up close, I'm not sure if I really like it. I probably wouldn't do it. You like it? Okay. I mean, it's kind of growing on me, I guess. Hey, it's good to experiment, right? Try different things because life is boring if you don't. Gotta try all the things. All right. Next, we did this. Let's do our St. Patrick's Day. We'll do that next. I'm gonna do Feeling Lucky. That is a thermal. And this isn't called the St. Patrick's Day collection. It's called the Psycho Pub Crawl collection. And if you don't know why, if you weren't here in my live when I actually used these colors last Thursday, not yesterday, but last Thursday, Brandy and I were chatting in our little chat, and I was telling her that I had just made these colors, and for some reason when I talk to text, it does not pick up anything correctly. And some of you know this because you've messaged me and I've talked to text and it comes out jumbled, and I always have to go back and say, I am so sorry, that's not what I said. I said this. Well, anyway, it came out Psycho Pub Crawl collection. Don't know why. And so Brandy and I decided, Brandy actually I think said something about that should be the name of it. Maybe it was me, I don't know, but we laughed, had a good time laughing, and then that's the name of the collection because it just had to be. So this is a nice sage green. Where's my swatch stick? There it is. Psycho for the dip, right? Or Psycho Pub Crawl. Like St. Patrick's Day is always like a pub crawl, right? Isn't that what people do? They go bar hopping. So it's a Psycho Pub Crawl collection. It makes sense. Maybe. I'm really reaching there, but it was hilarious. All right, so we've got a really pretty green here, and not only is it a thermal, but there is Aurora shimmer in here, so you will have a nice sheen. You can actually chrome this. It's not as smooth as a regular Aurora shimmer would be, like because there's thermal pigment in here, it always takes over. It doesn't like anything else to like come through when you're chroming. So anything with a thermal usually can't be chromed very well. And so I tried it and it worked, but it wasn't as pretty as I thought it would be. But it's a really pretty dip regardless. All right, next coat. And the Aurora is green also, but it's not the same green. It's like a nice, I don't know, bright, not, I guess brighter, different green. We'll call it different. All right, I'm going to spray it over here. I'm going to cover it up. And as soon as that's dry, we'll put on a matte top coat. And let me grab this swatch, because now I'm on to my next ring here. And this is called Irish You Luck. Sorry, I didn't tell you what it was called. Irish You Luck. All right, so I'm going to put it in hot water. Here it is hot. And then we're going to dip just a little bit of cold. Here it is cold. So nice change. And this one is the chromed one. I'm not sure. Can you see it has like the extra sheen on it? When I do this, you can kind of see. Maybe it would have chromed a little bit better if I had cured, like flash cured it just a tad less. I can see like little dot, like where it just kind of missed. So maybe it would have chromed a little bit better. But very, very pretty and soft. And let's get on a matte top coat here. Irish You Luck. Just a play on words. All right, here it is in a matte top coat. Soft looking. I must have had too much. Oh, I know what happened is I had too much activator. See, it got splotchy. Somebody had just posted today something about splotchy, or said something about splotchy nails. Maybe it was in the live. If you have too much activator on, it'll splotchy up, just like that. All right, so that is Irish You Luck. Let's put these here, since there's just 3 of them. Can't Pinch This is the next one. Yeah, both the shades are really pretty. Can't Pinch This. This is a reflective glitter. Very, very fine glitter. This is so much fun. It looks so good with this one, with the one we just did. And then the third one isn't a total match, but it has special powers. This is so pretty. Now, fun fact, and I have said this before in my listings. I don't know how many of you actually look at the listings when you're shopping, but I do put in important information in there if I have it. So reflective glitters actually contain resin. So if you have an issue with being allergic to resin or resin liquids or gels, you actually run a risk of being allergic to reflective glitters too. So I usually put that in the listing about this containing resin in case somebody needs to hear that. So just, it can irritate your skin. If you see it irritating your skin, then you know you have an allergic reaction. I do have a customer who had that problem. So I started putting the information in the listings so that, especially since I knew she had an issue, that she would know which ones that she should stay away from. Isn't that beautiful? It is so sparkly. It is like so sparkly. If you drive with this on your nails, be careful. Just warning you, because it's that sparkly. Even in the dark, it's sparkly. All right, I activated that. I'm not gonna put a mat on this because it just would do no good. Now you can sugar this, so you can leave this like this, and it'll be more of a sugar. Now because these glitters are really flat, they're a lot different than the regular fine glitter. So it may not feel as abrasive as a regular sugared fine glitter, which is good. A lot of you would love to sugar, but you don't like the feel of it. This is not like that. It's smoother. So you could actually sugar that and probably be okay with it. And here they are together. This is the chromed one, dipped. You can still see the thermal because it's kind of half and half in here. All right. Now, whoop, geez. Sheesh. This is growing on me, guys. I said I didn't like it, but now I'm liking it a little bit better. All right. Wait a second. I have the wrong tags on this. This is feeling lucky. Wait a minute. Did I put the wrong one away? Hang on. No, I switched them. Hang on. Wait a second. Did I? Oh my gosh. I swatched the wrong one. I'm like, why is that gray? All right. Sorry, guys. I did not swatch the right one. Oh, I'm such a dum-dum. All right. Feeling Lucky is this one. Hang on. Hang on. Let's go back. This is Irish You Luck. See, good thing I have the big swatches. This is Irish You Luck to dip. Oh my goodness. No wonder it didn't look right. I thought I switched the lids. No, I just switched my brain around. Goodness, I need more coffee. All right, Tammy, you're asking if I'm going to sell these as a set. I did that last weekend for the thermal solids, and I wasn't planning on it for this weekend, mainly because they are limited, and they're more limited now because we did have the release last weekend. If I did it at all, I would do like, see, that's a hard call. Because it's hard to maneuver that on the website. So you know what? I'm going to stick with my plan and say no. They are in one listing though. So when you come to the listing, they'll all be dropped down. You just add them to your cart and move on to the next one. The only reason I'm going to say no is because then if I did, would I do both sets? Would I do them all as one set of 12? And because they're limited and literally there's only maybe 20 something left of the thermal ones, I don't want to put half of them in a group and then more than half of you want them individually. So it's too hard to do it that way, unfortunately. So you'll have to go through the list. You won't have to go out of the list to put them in the cart though. Like an individual listing, you'll just put them in the in your cart from the listing. That makes sense. They're kind of like a drop-down box or a pick your color box at the top. All right, let's get rid of this because I'm going to redo that one. Goodness. Let me spray this. This is Irish You Luck. Does that look a little better? Oh my gosh. And we saw the thermal changes. So that is that one. And here I'm staring at it thinking, what? So you did see this dipped, feeling lucky. What I'm going to do is chrome it. I want you to see how easy it is to chrome. I'm going to move these off of here. Since I already dipped it. It is a different shade, so that's why, oops. That's why it's a part of the set, but you may not want to use it with those colors because it's not the same shade. I used this with a sample gel that I had. It looked really good together. But I'm going to show you what I'm talking about here. See the color difference? It's not that you can't. You can mix and match. Maybe if anything, this one would, I don't know. It's up to you, whatever you think. So this color was more of this color before I put the rainbow holographic pigment in there. And then it changed, and that's what happens. When you introduce something to a mix, it almost always has some effect on it. And so I'm doing 2 dips, and then I'm gonna go ahead and chrome. Well, yes, they will be under new releases. Yes, they will. And in fact, I told everyone in the live this morning that I would clean out the new releases and just have the brand new releases in there tomorrow. So you'll be able to find them easier. They'll be right in the front, and you won't have to, you know, go through. And I mean, if you're interested in anything that's been new over the last month, I think I cleaned it out to include only like January and on, then you'll have to look for those a different way, search for them a different way. And then after tomorrow, I'll put those back in there, but this way it's easier to navigate these. All right, I sprayed that off camera. And I'm only gonna do my gel top for purposes of this live so that I can chrome this. I'm using the Ultra Shine, and I am only going to flash cure in my lamp for 15 seconds. And actually, I might only do 13 because it seems to chrome better when it's not so cured. All right, so now I'm just gonna dip it in there, and I'm just gonna do one of these dealies. Oh, hold on. Did I go to? Did it? Oh, it's going, but you know what? I should have done 10. Hang on a second. That Ultra Shine really dries fast, or cures fast. Let me just add another layer on real quick. I'm just gonna do 10. And this is the thing. When you're dealing with a dip powder chrome, it works differently than a powdered chrome. Like if it's an enhancement powder chrome, you can actually cure for 30 seconds sometimes. But when you have to chrome past the dip, you need it a little less cured. Here we go. 10 seconds was perfect. So I'm just lightly pulling that down, and then I usually do again just to give it a little bit more of a vibrant color, because you know we're just depositing a little bit more in there. Now I think I want to say there might be like 71 of these, and this is it. I don't have any more of this pigment, so I cannot make any more. So don't sleep on this one, because this is what happens every single time I do one of these dips with this kind of pigment, is that it comes out and people miss it for whatever reason, and then they'll look for it a month later, week later, 6 months later, and it's gone, and they're like kicking themselves because I don't get this in that often. It's really expensive. So I did have a little bit left. When I moved, I found all of the good stuff hiding And I put it in the front of my pigments so that I remembered that I had it. So this is one of them. I had just enough to make this. But this is so good. And it's a different, it's not, you might think, oh, I have the prismatic chrome powder. It's not the same. It's different. These things come in different shades, different colors, different depths. It's not all the same prismatic. It's not all the same like rainbow colors. There are so many different ones. So it's going to be a little bit different. All right, and here's the one we just made. And then, of course, the big one. And dipped. So look at how different that looks. Dipped to chromed. And you can see the shimmer in here, but you can't see the colors because obviously you didn't push them in and get them all rainbowy. What color did I chrome? I chromed on itself. Feeling Lucky. I dipped it and then I chromed right over it. This is Feeling Lucky. All right, so this one we're gonna put over here for now. What do we have next? All right, I am gonna swatch another couple, but in the meantime, these, hang on, where's my no shadow? I'm missing that one. Why am I? Oh, there it is. Okay. These are the customs. Now these are super limited. The one that has the most is Dipp'd with a twist. That one has the most. I think there's 20, either 21 or 26. I don't remember. It is Dipp'd, but I added some black thermal pigment to it. So this is Dipp'd. This is the hot color. And then if it gets cold, I'm gonna do a half and half. Here it is. So you've got your purple up here. I went too far. There's the black. So that's Dipp'd with a twist. If you want a Dipp'd thermal, that's this one. Now, the other two thermals, this is the one, I'm gonna do hot first. This is the one that's labeled custom mix. I think it's like thermal flakies glow, maybe. That's hot. And then there's only maybe 6 of these, and there's cold. This one was the one that I was giving out as a prize. If you already won Dipp'd and you won any of the weekly contests last year, if you won Dipp'd, you got this. If you won this and Dipp'd, then you got Sprinkles and Twinkles. And that one is, there's some of that one. Or maybe 15, maybe. This is Sprinkles and Twinkles Hot. There's flakes and glitter in this one. And then cold. So there's your hot and your cold. So those are the customs. They are going to be in the new releases, but they're not in the custom listing per se. They're just listed. So you'll be able to find them though because they'll be one of the only listings in there. Okay. So that is those. Now back to swatching. Have you ever seen a unicorn? Have you ever seen a unicorn? I have not, but I have seen a unicorn dip. All right, for those of you who don't know the story behind this one, a couple weeks ago when we released Pandora's Box, which by the way, we still have some of that, I included a photo of Abby Smith's picture of Have You Ever Seen a Mermaid and Pandora's Box. And like 5 or 6 people came to me asking me what other color is in that photo. And I had to tell them that it was Have You Ever Seen a Mermaid? It's gone, it's retired, you can't make it anymore. And then I decided, you know what? I'm gonna make this color again, but I'm gonna put different flakes in it because obviously I don't have the flakes to make it with. So that is how we got Have You Ever Seen a Unicorn? So I'm hoping that those people who reached out to me actually see this and like it. It is the same base as Have You Ever Seen a Mermaid? It's that same thermal blue violet to purple, but it's got two different kinds of opal flakes. So this is one dip. It is very pretty and very colorful. And I don't know which one I like better. I'll show you both of them in a minute, side by side, so that you can decide. This one's definitely got more color, more personality if it was a person. Yeah, that photo, and it's funny because that photo's been around for a long time. It was actually on the listing for Have You Ever Seen a Mermaid? Well, that color's gone, so I guess people didn't see it, but it's been in the group for quite a while, because we remade Pandora's Box, so that was an older color from like 2021. So all right, that's your second dip. Let me cover this up though, because I don't want to dump it. Give that a second to just dry, and then I'll spray it. In the meantime, here, take a look at Have You Ever Seen a Mermaid and Have You Ever Seen a Unicorn side by side. This is mermaid, this is unicorn. So you know unicorns are usually like the purple and the greens, and then mermaids are more of the green and the purple and the blue. So there you go. That's the difference. I love them both for their own reasons. So this has got one opal flake in it, like one, and this one's got two. So it's just a combination of two different ones. Fantasy Opal. Fantasy Opal, I'm sure uses different flakes. I know it doesn't have any of these because these are new. I'm not sure what flakes. It might be a couple of them. I'd actually have to look, and I don't, well, I could see if I have the swatch handy. I might. All right, we'll have to look at that in a second. Let me spray this while it's drying. Let's let it dry. Let me see if I have the Fantasy Opal swatch back here. We will see. Oh, you guys are in luck. You are in luck. I've got it. All right, Fantasy Opal. All right, here's Fantasy Opal. Here's the other ones. Now let's see what colors. Hot, because I don't know what color it goes to. I'm pretty sure it's a thermal. Is it a thermal? Maybe it's not a thermal. It's not a thermal. Okay, no thermal. So there you go. It's a lighter purple, and it looks like it's got several different opals in it, but not the same. So there you go. Hi, Abby. Gingers. I know you're using your daughter's account. I remember. Okay, let me put, what was I doing with this? Oh, I guess I wasn't going to do anything because we already have top coat on it. But there you go. There you go. Have you ever seen a unicorn? This one is gone. But just for comparison. All right, I'm just sticking that over there because we're running out of room. All right, the last dip, unless I'm missing something, it's called No Shadow. Well, I'll tell you a quick story. So on Groundhog Day, I know that Punxsutawney Phil, that punk, saw his shadow. And I was devastated because I want spring to come, right? I know that's just a myth and stuff, but still. So we have this local groundhog called Woodstock Willie because we're close to Woodstock, Illinois. And he comes on at 7 a.m. on the news, and he did not see his shadow. And right when that happened, instant bell went off. No shadow! So I had to make a dip because I'm excited that spring is on its way. So it's a thermal, and it is really pretty. I wanted to do like a brownish kind of to a pinkish. Well, my mixing ability had other thoughts. So it is a shimmer. It's very heavy on the shimmer. But again, it's thermal, so you probably won't get it to chrome. And I did try this one. It didn't really turn out. So I will tell you, not even to bother, unless you really like a challenge. You just might be disappointed. And this one goes from a mauve to a brownish mauve, I think. So it is really pretty, and I'm very happy with it. I just wanted like an earthy, you know, groundhoggy, earthy kind of a look. Medium purple when cold to pinkish when warm. Okay. Oh, wait, Fantasy Opal is a thermal? Wait a second. Is my water not hot? Cold? No, hang on a second. Hang on a second. Why is that not changing? Where is it? Oh, I put it over here. Now you got my attention here. Fantasy Opal. Let's see. So what did you say? It goes from a medium purple when cold to pinkish when warm. All right, hang on. Hang on. Oh. Oh. Well, I'll be. You are right. And you might not really see it in this light, but yes, pinkish to purple. And you know, sometimes, I swear, here you can see it, the plastic gets in the way. Like, it's not like your natural nail or even a gel nail. It's always different on the swatch stick. But yeah, you're right. I just didn't give it a chance to change. Thank you. So totally not like the other one though, because it doesn't, have you ever seen a unicorn? Different flakes, and it does not go to pink. So thank you for that. And it glows. Okay. All right. It glows. There you go. And see, I don't have that information here because I don't remember all of the specifics for all the dips. But thank you. I'm glad you looked into that. I'm glad you outed me because sometimes I need to be outed. Telling lies over here. All right. Here I'm like, oh, this one? No, this one doesn't turn that. Oh, you're welcome, Donna. Oh my gosh. With Snowbird? Okay, I'll show you in a second. All right, let me spray this. I don't know why, but I am going to do a matte top coat with this because I'm interested to see how it looks. But, oh, where did it go? Where did my swatch stick go? I just had it. Oh gosh. Okay. I put it on top of the lamp. All right. We're going to go hot. Hot. That is hot. So you got that brown, like almost like Coco Loco. Who remembers Coco Loco? No, I cannot make that again. But this is very similar. And then cold. So cold is that mauve. And hot is the brownish. And here it is with Snowbird. Oh, look at that. A little different coloring, but look at next to frigid cold. Like it kind of, maybe not, but I'm pulling at strings here. But yeah, it's very pretty. It's like a mauve to a Coco Loco. Does anyone remember Coco Loco? Coco Loco was a solid though. Let's see what this looks like matte. I instantly thought this would look nice with, I don't know about Totally Mauvulous again, but maybe Tiny Dancer. Maybe. That one, we can't make that anymore, by the way. I don't know if you've noticed it's not in the line anymore. That one ran out of the powder that I used for it. So if I ever find that powder again, then we'll have it. But so far, no go. Yeah, Jessica, Coco Loco. So many people asked for that to be remade. And I couldn't. I didn't have the brown anymore. All right, so here it is matte. That's pretty. Let's look at it with a cold. There it is matte. It's pretty. I think it's prettier with the glossy. But there you go. No shadow. And this is $5. I have a lot of it, and I put the price down to $5 for that one. So yeah, that one will be pretty. All right, now we have two more. They're not dips, but I did mention that I have two new chromes. I'm gonna, well, I hate to move this because then I'll be out of focus. So I'm just gonna move it over there. Gunmetal chrome and emerald mirror chrome. So I will get two swatches. Now I need my jet black. There it is. All right, well, good thing this is just a one coat dip because we need it quick. We need a quick dip. So you don't have to do dip with, I mean, you can use a gel. I probably should have just used my black gel, but we'll just do two swatches with the black, and then I will chrome these. In fact, I'm going to chrome them. Oh, I missed a spot. I'm going to chrome them in a design pattern, and then I'm going to show you the swatch. There, I fixed it. I'll show you the swatch. I still miss some that has a full chrome over the black, because I want you to see the contrast between the black. So I don't need this anymore. I need, what do I need? Oh, I need a spray activator. Spray these over here. Since we use dip, we gotta activate before we can use our gel. I know, so many swatches here. There's so many. All right, I'm just gonna let that sit for a second while I move some stuff. Because if I don't move stuff, I'm gonna get everything full of powder here. Okay. Now, let me grab my palette. I'm just gonna put some top coat on this palette. I'm gonna get my liner brush. I'll get the big one. This is the 22 millimeter liner brush. I'm gonna get some top coat on there. And probably should have used my matte top for chrome. This is a good lesson. I'll do the other one with the matte top for chrome so you can see the difference, okay? Because some of you may not even know what I'm talking about. It's not regular matte top coat. And I'm just doing some willy-nilly stripes here. Okay. This is a pure chrome powder, so I am gonna cure this for 20 seconds. In this one, I'm gonna do gunmetal chrome. Gunmetal chrome looks black, but that's not how it looks when it's chromed. And let me go get a little tiny eyeshadow brush. I'm going to move this so I don't get any chrome in there. Okay, so we're just going to take a little bit and I'm going to wipe it on the top coat. Now, I'm going to blow that off. I guess it doesn't look that bad. It worked okay. All right. I am going to put a top coat, but can you see that chrome is like a deep gray? You might be able to see it better with the top coat. We're gonna put it in here. Hopefully you can see it better. I probably should have done thicker lines. But I can show you right here. This is black and this is the black chromed. So see how it's like more of a gunmetal color than the black? It's very pretty. All right. Now for the other one, the emerald green. How does gunmetal look on a color versus, oh, a different color? We can do a different color. What do I have? I want to use, here, let me do a gel, because I can do a different, what color should we do? You want to do white? Or periwinkle or teal? What color? Pink? White? Okay. I got the white. All right, here it is. Yeah, you really can't. I made the stripes too thin. I mean, you can see in real life, but I don't know if you guys can. All right, I should have done thicker ones. It's okay. Let's do this. All right, I'm gonna do white. So what I will do, especially since I'm using a gel now, is I will use the matte top coat for chrome. That's got to cure for 60 seconds first. So this matte top coat for chrome, sure, you can use matte top coat, but I'll tell you, I've used matte top coat and then I've used this stuff. This stuff, the chrome does not stick to the matte, to this stuff. Matte top coat, you'll get some that'll stick on there. And so I love this stuff. And so I've been testing it and I decided to get a batch. So it's on its way. Should be here next week, I think. Next week or the week after. I think it's been shipped. Don't quote me on that. I have another order that's going to be here Monday. That might be the one I remember being shipped. Anyway, this is going to be the green. So I have activated. I'm going to use the matte top coat for chrome on this. A thin layer. And let me put that in the lamp, while this one, the white, I'm going to do the same. I'm going to do the matte top coat for chrome on this one. And that needs 60 seconds. Oops. Well, I guess we're going to go at the same time because I just forgot to push the button. Yes, I'm going to carry the matte top coat for chrome. Yep. Let me tell you, I quizzed my supplier on that. I'm like, well, why can't I just use a matte top coat? She's like, well, you can, but you're going to get some chrome that sticks to your matte top coat. This is resistant to it. So I asked for a sample. I got it. I've been testing it for about a month, and I love it. So we're getting it. All right, here is the emerald green. Now, this is, I'm calling it emerald green because when you see it chromed, maybe it's not as dark as an emerald green would look. To me, it's green enough to be emerald green to me. All right, come on. All right, here's the black one. We'll do that one first. Again, I'm gonna do a design. It's green, so you'll be able to tell the difference on this one, obviously. So I'm just gonna use my brush, and I think I'm just gonna make like a kind of thick line here. I didn't put enough top coat. If I can, I'll do a little one here. And one over here. Hand got a little bit goofy there. Okay. So we got 3 lines. I'm gonna put that in there for 20 seconds. Here's the white. We're gonna do gunmetal on that. And this has the matte top coat for chrome. Let me get a little bit more top coat. All right, gunmetal. It's hard to see on the white. Plus, I'm under this bright light. All right, I'm just willy-nilly doing some lines here. But I made that one kind of thick. All right, 20 seconds on that one. So this one is the green. And we're gonna chrome the green. And this is a mirror chrome, which means it's mirror-like. It's very shiny. And then I'm gonna take a brush and I'm gonna brush this off over here though, because I don't want the green and the black, etc. All right, so brushed it off. Not a lick of chrome on there. The back maybe. All right, I'll get that off because we don't want that transferring into the top coat. It's very pretty with the black. I really think it looks nice. Okay, now gunmetal. I'll put this away. Yeah. Yeah. And we'll see what happens. This is white, and it shouldn't retain any of that chrome, but it's white, so let's see. I'm gonna brush it off. All right, so that's, well, didn't do very well with the white. We still got, I think it's just stained. All right, let's pretend like we don't see that for a second. You see how it's silvery? This is the way it looks when it's over this white. So what I would do in this case, I wouldn't say, oh my God, I just messed up my mani. What I would do is I would grab, and I think because this is so dark, I will grab my alcohol and this little stick thing that I have, and I will see if I can remove, and you can remove that. That's disappointing because I have done a lot of chrome and it didn't do that. But I think just because this is white and this black is so dark, it didn't do that with the green. Hang on. I'm gonna dab it on this paper towel. All right, I'm taking off the chrome off of that. All right. Well, don't use white. No. It was a good test, right? It is going to remove the gray. If I wipe, that's why I was using this little thing, but I got into the gray. So, yeah, you can remove with alcohol. That's how I cleaned up my mani with the green, actually. I didn't, wait, did I use? Maybe I didn't use, no, I used that chrome matte top coat for chrome. It was something else that I was using. Maybe it was when I did the swatch, because I did one and I just used regular matte, or maybe I didn't use any matte. I just left it matte. That might have been it. So yeah. All right, move all this stuff out of the way. Top coat the chrome stripes, and then yeah, and you know what you can do also is, and this is a cool way. I don't know, I mean, you guys have reversed chromed, right? You chrome the whole thing, and then you draw the lines on. We could do one. Who wants to see reverse chrome? Now I'm gonna do it. However, a lot of times I have to actually go and wash it to get the chrome off. We'll see, though, by using this magic chrome stuff, if it works better. Let's see. What color do I want? Should I just do white? Maybe I'll just do white again, so you guys can see this the right way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to chrome the whole thing. Probably will do the same thing because it's white. We'll see. They always say white is the least forgiving color, right? All right. Well, here's this one. Look how beautiful that turned out. Oh, you're welcome. I actually made a whole video on this, and when I went to wipe it off, and you'll see at that point, you wipe off everything, and just the chrome that you have, that you want to stay, is supposed to stay. But because it stuck so well, I had to go and wash the swatch stick in the sink, and it was fine. It was fine after that. But I couldn't do the video and show all that. So, because I'm not going to like take the camera and go by the sink. And, you know, so I was like, scrap the whole idea. Let's see how it works here. Because you should be able to take one of these alcohol pads with some alcohol in it and just wipe it. But a lot of times the chrome sticks really, really good. And the only way to get it off is to put it in the sink. And I use my scrub brush, this kind of scrub brush here, with some soap and water. And it came off. So I might have to do that again. Who knows? All right. Get the matte top for chrome. Oh, what am I doing? I don't need this. That's all right. I'm doing it now. I'm making the whole thing matte for no reason. I gotta put top coat on so I can chrome the whole thing. Ding dong, Tracy. Gosh. Oh my goodness. Yeah, these little things are nice though. I should put them on my Amazon affiliate list. All these little things that I use that I really like, that's what's on my list in the featured section in our Facebook group. I put things that I use all the time and I love from Amazon. And then, because a lot of times people ask me, well, what do you use or where'd you get that? If I got it in Amazon and I remember to put it on that list, if you buy through that link, there's like an affiliate, or not affiliate, associate. I get like a percentage. It's like really low. I might see a few cents, honestly. So, but I have to disclose that because, you know, you have to know that it's not something that you don't have to pay for. It's just Amazon will pay me for it. But like I said, it's cents. It is not a lot. But they're helpful. I love to be able to tell you things that I use that are helpful for me. All right. It's matte. It's dry. But now we have to put the shiny top coat on because we have to chrome it. I just did that for nothing. All right. Whole thing's getting chromed. We're putting this in for 30 seconds because the whole thing's getting chromed. Should we do 30 seconds or should we do 20 seconds? I think I'm going to do 20 seconds. This is the Ultra Shine. I don't want it to over. I want it to over stick. We're going to do gunmetal. Okay. Gunmetal over white. Yeah. See, if I didn't do it, if I did it for 30, and it's, I think it's still over cured. It's all right. We're going to go with it. You see how it's lighter? I'm just like mainly showing you the technique. So, all right. So we did that. Now for reverse chroming, you've got it on the whole swatch stick. I don't know if this is going to work because it has been cured too much. Then we're going to take our top coat, and I'm not going to grab the brush again. I just cleaned it. So I'm just going to kind of use this top coat, and I'm just going to kind of go, woo-wee. Okay. And then I'm going to cure that. And I'm going to cure it for 30 seconds. Then you'll wipe off, then you wipe off the chrome. And you should still have a line of chrome. And the rest of the nail should be white. If it works. But like I said, I have my doubts because I wonder if I could just wipe it with a wet paper towel. I have my doubts because that cured really, really good. So let's see. I have water here and a spray, like with some bubbles. So let me see if I can spray that on my paper towel. Maybe it'll come off with that. Yeah, it is actually. Look at that. That's all I needed was a wet paper towel. All right, there's your reverse chrome. So you got the white, you got your chromed line. It would look better if I cured it less, but that's reverse chrome. So it's cool. It's a lot easier doing that, to be honest, than drawing on the matte swatch or your finger with matte on it and drawing, you know, precision lines, and then having to get the chrome just on the top coat. I mean, obviously, if you're using the matte top coat for chrome, it should go a little easier. It should. But if you do it that way, you just chrome the whole thing, draw on it, and where you draw is what stays. Yeah. The light, the curing lamp, or the little light, the handheld one. Danita. Well, since I know a wet paper towel works, maybe I'll do another tutorial with doing it the right way. Maybe I'll just use the green since it goes on better. Only because I use the white, I think, though. But, I mean, that still looks cool. It's like a gray. So, yeah. All right. I think that was it. Now, I looked at my photos before I came on this live just to verify I had everything. I think that's all that we have coming out tomorrow. Not like that's not enough, right? That's a lot. So, we're going to recap here. We have our Winter Solstice collection, which is comprised of 12 colors. We have 6 thermal solids, and these have just been sitting out. So let's dunk them in the water, see if we can get a halfway decent look here. All right, here they are, half and half, kind of. These are the solids. If you guys missed out on any of this, we didn't do these today, but we showed them first. And then the opals. These are not thermal, but they go with the cold version of these colors. They are not in order. Here, that. Okay, now they're in order. Okay, so they match the cold version. And then we had our Milky Opal, which is what's on my hands. Nice, beautiful Milky Opal. And then we had our St. Patrick's Day, which is the Psycho Cub Crawl collection. Thermal Irish You Luck. We'll put that in there so you guys can see. Thermal Aurora Shimmer, you can chrome that. Can't pinch this. And Feeling Lucky, which also chromes like that. And then stay. Then we have you ever seen a unicorn? Which is thermal. Put this in the water. Goes from like a blue violet-ish to a purple, bluish purple, with a lot of opals in there. And we have the No Shadow, our groundhog color. That's a thermal. Man, there's a lot of thermals. I have been on a thermal kick lately. I know you guys love thermals. Took that poll and thermals was up there. Brownish to mauvish. That's a shimmer. And then we have our customs that are in short supply. I'm going to put these in the water too. Remember, if you don't get on there right away, these customs are going to be gone. I just know it. Maybe not Diptastic with the twist so much because there are more of those, but these other two. Diptastic with the twist, purple to black. This is the custom shimmer, opal, glow, everything in this one. And then this is sprinkles and twinkles. So. And then we have the 2 chromes. We have emerald, mirror, and gunmetal. Does anyone have any questions? Did I miss anything? Shout at me if you guys have a question and I'm not looking. I might like have missed something. And don't worry, we're gonna do a giveaway still. In fact, whoever wins this giveaway is gonna get a sample collection of the next collection. I can't say what that is yet. So, whoever wins, we'll get to see first. It's a surprise. Will these be? Yes, they will all be in the new release section. Also on sale this weekend will be all cuticle oil pens. They'll be $4. They are 5 milliliter pens, so they're not the small ones. They're the bigger ones. Usually, I mean, shops sell them in different ways, but there's a 3 milliliter and there's a 5 milliliter, and I do the 5s, so they're the bigger ones. They're usually $8. I usually have them up there for $5. This weekend they'll be $4. And closeouts. If you missed Valentine's or you want more Valentine's, they're on closeout. Everything in closeout corner will be gone as of March 1st. So February 28th at 10 p.m. I am going to remove them all from the website and put them in a big bin, and you will not be able to buy them by name any longer. They'll be packaged up probably into colors, color packs, or types of powders. So just beware if you are missing some of those closeout ones. They've been on sale forever. So we need room. I need room for more stuff. So we're gonna close those out. And I will put the cuticle oils, I think they're in the new release section now, but they're way in the back, like the last page, because they're so old. And when I add a new one, it doesn't bring it up to be brand new. So it's weird how they do that. But so they should show up on the first page. So you will not miss out on those cuticle oils if you are in new releases. Caitlin, no, not all the dips are acrylic. They're all acrylic powder, but most of my powders do not contain BPO, which is the binding ingredient that you need to use with monomer. So if you're on the website and you see a listing and it says at the bottom an asterisk and says contains BPO, those are able to be used with the monomer, but not the majority of them. We had a bunch of powders in the past, and then we switched over to the BPO free powder. I'm pretty sure that's the way it will remain, and I'll be, continually using up the older powders, but I always list if a color is made with the BPO powder so that the customers know, because I know some people are allergic to that. So yeah. All right, let's pick. Yes, you can use peel base for gel or dip. Yep, you're welcome, Caitlin. Yeah, in fact, I think, in my opinion, when you use peel base for gel, the gel comes off, and maybe it's just because dip is harder than gel, it comes off more like in a sheet, but like the dip, when you're popping it off, comes off more in a solid piece, almost like you're chipping it off. And I think that's just because gel is not as hard as dip is, but yeah, you can use that. All right, let me move my iPad here so that I can scroll. We're gonna pick a winner for the new upcoming collection. And I'm just scrolling, I'm just gonna stop on a name, so it's all random. I go up and down, I'm not even looking. And we've got Lisa Harnan. Lisa, you won a preview to the next collection. So congratulations. I will get that packed up for you to go out on Monday. And I will be live again on Thursday morning at 11 a.m. here again on YouTube. If you're new to us, if you subscribe here on YouTube, you'll get notified of when we go live, when I post new videos, and I'm posting either a video or a short or a reel almost every day lately. And I usually do like techniques, or sometimes I'll dip my nails or I'll put gel on while I'm doing it. I only go live once or twice a week though. And we also have a Facebook group. If you have Facebook, You can join our Facebook group. That's where all the fun takes place. We have a group of wonderful people. Everybody is super nice. You don't have to worry about posting something and getting laughed at, or um, posting something and people being mean. None of that happens there. You can ask any of these people in this live right now, and they will tell you we have a great group of people. You get kicked out if you are mean to any of my people. I haven't had that happen ever, so I consider myself very lucky that we have such a great group. So that's all I got to say. Tomorrow noon Central for this release, and like I said, the freebie will go out again. If I know that you bought last week, and I might be able to know like quickly, I will give you a different freebie. So that's my sub members. I'll do a different freebie for you because you'll already have that powder. Unless you really want it again, then just put a note in your order that you really want a second one, and I will put that in there for you. I don't have a problem with that. I just don't want to give you a second one if you already have one and you don't want to have a second one. So, although who knows, you might order again and you might actually get a second one anyway, or a third one or whatever, because I usually wait until they're all gone to go on the next freebie. So you guys are a great group and you all help one another, and I love that. I do. I feel like you're all family to me. All right, guys, I got a little cleaning up to do here because this place is a mess. And then I'm going to do a little bit of revamping on the website. And I will be around tomorrow if you need me at noon. If you need me afternoon, I could be driving. So just give me a little bit of time to actually get back to you. But I will definitely be available from noon to 12:15 at Central Time. You guys have a great weekend too. I'll see you guys later. And I love you too. Bye, guys.